On to prerequisite station 6. If you're here, you're looking to see how this goes down and why the answers are what they are. I commend you for that, but let's get going with this. When adding, subtracting fractions, you have to have a common denominator. If we're adding these, we have to be talking about the same size of piece, so we need a common denominator. We can multiply the tops and bottoms of fractions, numerators and denominators, by the same number. That effectively multiplies by a fancy form of 1. So in this case, I'm just looking at this, and hopefully you guys are too, and thinking, I need a common denominator of x. I know in my final answer, there needs to just be an x in the denominator, because that's the only denominator I see. So before I can add these, 6 doesn't have that denominator. So I'm going to multiply the top and bottom of 6 by x over x, a fancy form of 1. Now I have a common denominator, 2 over x, plus 6x over x, and I can actually add my numerators. 2 plus 6x is just 2 plus 6x. And the common denominator is the denominator of my answer, so I get to be done. Please don't be that student that tries to cancel this x with this x. You're saying, oh, it's multiplication. This addition here is binding all this together. The only thing that would ever cancel out with a 2 plus 6x is another 2 plus 6x. We do not have that, so that's our answer for that one. Let's try C. I'm looking at those denominators. I'm thinking I definitely need an x minus 5 in my common denominator. That has to happen. So I see an x minus 5 here. I have to have one in my common denominator here. I see an x plus 6 here. So I know I'm going to need an x plus 6 here. Now, which one is missing which one? Like, this one has the x minus 5, but it doesn't have an x plus 6. So I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by x plus 6. Ooh, bad x plus 6. Hard on the edge of my desk here. And then this one's missing an x minus 5. So I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by an x minus 5. And now that they both have the same exact denominator, that's the denominator of my answer. Love it. Equals. Now let's go ahead and do this multiplication. 4 times x plus 6, if I do the distributive property, would give me 4x plus 24. Now here's where students sometimes drop the ball. This is a negative 1 being multiplied to both of these things. So it is a negative 1 times x, negative 1x, and a negative 1 times a negative 5 is a positive 5. This is my numerator, and now I'm just going to combine like terms. 4x's minus 1x are 3x's. 24 plus 5 is 29. I don't see any factoring that could take place, so I could possibly cancel this. Remember, the only thing that cancels with an x minus 5 is an x minus 5, x plus 6, x plus 6. I don't have that, so I get to be done. Okay, I think that's enough to be going on with. You can try the rest. As always, if you get stuck somewhere and something didn't stick with you, please bring it back to me and we can talk about it, and I'll get you squared away moving forward. Cool? All right, moving on.